Property crime can be found in any size town, but Billings is witnessing a rise.
Whether it's burglary, larceny, vehicle theft, or arson, as many as 17 of these crimes happen every day here in Billings.
Q2's Dustin Kleeman takes a look at the problem and how you can protect yourself.
Every 90 minutes, a property crime is committed in the Magic City. For Eli Harmoning, he's fell victim to 7 thefts in 6 years.
My motorcycle twice, tools, aftermarket taillights, work keys, and my garage door opener out of the vehicle, and then my truck.
The latest numbers show more than 6,000 property crimes occurred in Billings over a year period, and 70 property crimes happened outside city limits in Yellowstone County just this past month.
Thefts were one of our highest calls for service that our officers went to. That does not include shoplifting, which obviously is a high number also. So put those both together and you really have a high level of theft going on.
Social media sites and apps have made recovery of stolen goods even more difficult.
There are over 10 sites that we know of, and we'll look at every once in a while to at least try to find stolen property. And the property could be coming from all over the state or all over the region, not just out of Billings.
The Crime Prevention Center assists on a number of cases that don't include suspect descriptions. It finalized more than 1,600 cases in 2017. But officials do not have a count of cases that included recovered items.
Crime Prevention Center, Jesse, could I help you?
For the volunteers who work at the center, they want to help recover stolen property as much as possible.
They do care about these smaller crimes. Even though it's not in progress and it's not the sexy cases, they still take the time to get the information and want to help these people get their stuff back. They are here because they care.
The most stolen item in Billings, Montana? Tools. While it might seem obvious, writing down serial numbers or even putting markings on could protect you before it's even stolen. During our reporting, there was no available data showing the success rate of recovered property.
There are times, we do find out who did the theft. We are able to make an arrest. But a lot of times that property is gone, and again, the best route is through the courts to award some type of compensation back to the victim.
But for Harmoning, he did recover some of his property, and he has advice for others.
Don't advertise on social media about what you have, or don't make yourself an easy target, and pursue this stuff yourself if it does happen to you. Because had I not tried myself, I don't know if I would have got that stuff back, to be honest.
And Dustin joins us in studio tonight. Dustin, Billings police now have a unit to actually help combat these types of crimes.
Yeah, the street crime unit, which is actually a revival of what they had back in the 90s and 2000s. But due to staffing shortages, they had to cut that. I've been told they've only been going on since mid-January, and they've seen success so far. So we're going to check back in a few months to see what progress that they've had on the Billings streets.
All right, that's great.
Thanks, Dustin.